What if Caesar died in Gaul? I know this is a very unsuccessful series, but still, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, I like it. So let's start with it. Last episode, the Roman Empire fell. Yeah, during the big episode. And in this episode, I want to see the greco-persian wars. These wars are going to take somewhat 2 centuries after. So, and the war will start off with a Greek invasion. The Greeks would easily conquer over a long chunk of Sassanid territory, but the Sassanids would strike back, retaking all the land and launching a massive Russia, which quickly surrenders due to half of its country being conquered. It now joins the Persians. Cappadocia being taken back into the Persian troops move into Lycia. Yeah, they also move into northern Armenia and Iberia, and agricultural of actual Pontus is exiled too, and has moved its capital to Sinop as it's very loyal to the Greeks. It is willing to integrate into a province because the Greeks adopted a lot of administrative reforms from the Romans at this time. While Iberia would be a massive survive the Persian onslaught, same as northern Armenia, as they would really pretty much resist. But Greek allied troops are finally moving in north and they are launching an invasion here. Greek troops capture Antioch, which had become majority Greek by this point due to its Greek Seleucid rulership. So the Persians signed this will end the first war, which was in Greek victory. It will be an even larger victory due to the unification of Pontus and Greece. The annexation of Pontus would also happen, and the Greeks would set up camp in Crimea. They was there, and by camp I mean yes, camp. They would decide to restore the Bosporan kingdom as a province of Patroclus. I mean, okay, yeah, it's named after cities. It's not after regions. As this Greek empire is made. Okay, not real cities. It's named after this is province. So I'm going to show you the provinces. This is Pergamon. Okay, yeah. Let's develop this episode to show me all the Greek regions. Now the regions will be represented by this very light gray. So this is Pergamon, Asia Minor, Cilicia, Galatia, Bithynia, and Pontus. These are the Anatolian provinces. This is Byzantium, which is not really a capital territory, but it is excluded as a trade zone. And we of course have the book we have not Bulgaria, Adoration, Thrace, Macedon, Macedon, and the rest would be the city-states. Corinth, Corinth, Epirus and Thebes would be given concessions, as these are basically minor autonomous governments in order to keep the Greek heritage alive. As Greek Hellenism is as they have an ideology of Greek Hellenism, or basically pre-Roman Greek nationalism. Not really, but still it's a great comparison. Now the idea of provinces isn't just in the Greek Empire. It's also of course in the Italic Empire, but the Italic Empire is mainly but the Italic Empire doesn't have any, as it is based on the Roman ideas, and the Romans had Italy as one province. But that's not true for Iberia. It's actually pagan. It's a pagan stronghold. The provinces are Catalonia, Tarraconensis, this area, Gasconia Lusatia, Lower Lusatia, Baetica, Toledo, which is the capital province, and Cartagena. And of course, we can't forget about Mauritania, which is also a province. Yeah, so I mapped out the provinces, and that's it. Now, for other things, the Celtic Confederation gets absolutely bamboozled by the Franks, which move into the Celtic territories and usually conquer it. As the kingdom of the Sassans. The kingdom of the Sassans was already defeated during the anarchic period of Northern Gaul after the collapse of the Roman Republic. And the Gauls have already formed their border on the Rhine, allowing for a great power in Gaul. So Gaul is divided between two powers. The Franks, which are moving their capital to Paris, the Italians in Meledium, and the Spanish in Toledo. Now, the Greek Empire is absolutely weird, as it's basically a merge between, these areas, which are, I'm going to make it more black so you can realize that these are autonomous areas, like special cultural areas. So the Greeks are kind of like a successor. They are a successful state in they are Roman-like successor state, but they are based on their original values. This is not actually black, as you can see, it's gray. These are autonomous city-states. And what do city-states do? Now, firstly, the city-states are basically Okay, let's also include Pontus because Pontus joined in due to this the Neapol due to the new polis system, Neapolis system, which allowed for historical centers of Greek culture to be autonomous settlements. This also includes Thebes, but not Delphi, as it's mainly in Greek, as it's mainly a pagan area, so it's not kept as that. Now, the reason Sparta isn't currently given autonomy is because it's actually very simple. Sparta isn't given autonomy because it's still majority pagan. Only so Christian areas are given autonomy and pagan ones are being converted. And after that, we have another thing that will be the war between the Iberic Empire and the Italic Empire over Gaul, the Gaulic Wars. The second Gaulic Wars would be a series of wars between the two empires. Let's start with this. And of course the Franks. The Frankish Empire joins in, conquering most of their northern areas, while the Iberic Empire moves into Massalia. Massalia has a serious Burgundian problem, the Burgundian problem as I like to call it. So a large chunk of that will literally just become loyal to the Franks, which have to do with this problem, where they have now vassals mid-war. The Italic Empire views it as should decide to Christianize these areas. Which, speaking of Carthagena, it's still largely Christian. So of course the Italic Empire was with it inheriting almost half of the Roman navy, the other half being the Spanish, would attack the Spanish and invade mainly the Christian regions, just the Christian ones. So with this, they are quickly able to secure the Mediterranean, but only on land, as by sea they are being defeated massively. Except for the central Mediterranean, which is under their control, but this can only happen due to a small naval invasion that was barely successful. So yeah, this area is easily reached in several days. By the way, Africa is also a Christian kingdom, but they can't do shit. But their king decides to do one thing that's massive. He decides to revolt. He allies with his nation with the Italic Empire in order to defend his nation. He would march east, and with his navy, which would be the Spanish half of the navy spot, they could actually hope for a small this thing, but this would eventually fail as the Numidians would just do this. They would move in, capture these areas, and the Kingdom of Africa is now dissolved due to its king being captured. Now his heir would take over the throne, but his heir couldn't do anything, so he just declares neutrality and independence from the Kingdom of Spain. It's not really kingdom. In this period it would be called Spania by the late Roman period, even in this time. So it would be called the Spanian. So Spanian or Hispanic. So the Hispanic Empire, which is would be a more accurate name. The Hispanic Empire is a really big institution, allowing Well, basically, paganism to prosper in a Christian in a world that is and 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 of course the Franks do the things that Franks move into Gaul, and that was